My landlord said, "You have 24 hours to get out or I'm throwing your stuff on the curb." I said, "Do it please. I've been renting from Carl for 11 months. 11 months of hell. No heat in January. Black mold in the bathroom," he said, was just condensation. He walked into my apartment once while I was showering because he thought he smelled gas. There was no gas. He just wanted to remind me who owned the place. Every time I complained, he'd smile and say, "You're welcome to leave anytime." But I couldn't leave. First month last month, security deposit. That's 3 months rent I didn't have. So I stayed, kept my head down, paid on time every single month. Last month, Carl started getting aggressive. Said I was causing problems. Said he'd find a reason to get me out if I didn't stop complaining about the mold. I knew it was coming. So I went to the free legal aid clinic downtown just to see if there was anything I could do. The woman there looked tired. She'd probably heard 100 stories like mine. But when I finished, she leaned forward and said, "If he ever tries to throw you out without going to court first, don't fight him. Let him do it. That's illegal eviction. He'd be handing you everything you need." I went home and waited. It only took a week. Carl showed up the next morning pounding on my door. He had 2 guys with him carrying empty boxes. He shoved a piece of paper in my face the second I opened it. Lease violation. Section 4. No pets. I don't have a pet. He said a neighbor saw a cat in my window. That's the building cat. Sits on the fire escape. Everyone in the building knows that. But Carl didn't care. He finally had his excuse. "You've got 24 hours. Then we're throwing everything you own on the curb." I looked at him, looked at his guys, looked back at him. "Do it please." He laughed. Actually laughed. Told me he'd be back in the morning and slammed the door on his way out. The next day, 8 a.m. sharp. Carl was back. Same 2 guys. I didn't fight him at the door. Didn't argue. Just stepped aside and let them in. Carl looked confused for a second like he was expecting a fight. When he didn't get one, he got bold, started barking orders. "Start with the bedroom. Clothes first. Dump it all." I sat on my front steps and watched. First, they brought out my clothes, threw them in a pile on the grass, then my books, then my TV, which one of the guys dropped on the sidewalk. The screen cracked. Carl didn't even flinch. "Keep going." My neighbors started gathering. Mrs. Knapp from upstairs, Darnell from across the hall, the Grimes with their morning coffee. Nobody said anything. They just watched. I could feel them looking at me, waiting for me to do something. I didn't move. Then Mr. Melton came out. First floor, retired guy, keeps to himself. But I'd heard he used to manage apartment buildings downtown before his back gave out. He watched Carl's guys drag my couch through the door, scraping the frame. He watched them dump my kitchen stuff in a box and throw it on the pile. Then he pulled out his phone and started recording. Carl saw him. "Mind your business, old man." Mr. Melton didn't say anything, just kept recording. That's when I saw the look on his face. He knew. He knew exactly what Carl had just done. I heard the sirens first, then saw the lights. 2 cop cars pulling right up to the building. Carl froze with a box in his hands. The first officer walked up to me. "You the tenant?" I nodded. He looked at the pile of stuff on my lawn. "And this is your property?" "Yes, sir." He turned to Carl. "You the landlord?" Carl put the box down slowly. "Yeah, and I'm within my rights. You violated the lease. Section 4, no pets." The cop looked at Mr. Melton. "Sir, you called this in." "I did. I managed properties for 20 years. What he's doing is textbook illegal eviction. No court order, no proper notice, just hired muscle and cardboard boxes." The cop nodded and turned back to Carl. "Did you file with the court?" "I don't need to file with the court. He broke the rules." "Sir, that's not how it works. Did you get a judge to sign off on this removal?" Carl didn't answer. "Did you give proper written notice?" "Still nothing." "Sir, turn around and put your hands behind your back." Carl's whole body stiffened. "You're joking." "I'm not joking. You're under arrest for unlawful eviction." Then something happened I wasn't expecting. Mrs. Knapp spoke up. "Officer, while you're here, he hasn't fixed my heat since November." Then Darnell. "He walks into my apartment without notice at least once a month." Then Mrs. Grimes. "He threatened to evict us too if we complained about the mold." The cop stopped, looked at Carl, looked at the rest of us, pulled out a notepad. "Okay, anyone else want to make a statement?" They put Carl in the back of the squad car. He was still yelling about his rights through the window. I didn't say anything. I just walked over to my pile of stuff on the lawn and started carrying it back inside. Mrs. Knapp helped. Then Darnell, then the Grimes. Nobody talked. We just moved boxes. When we were done, Mr. Melton handed me his card. "If you need a witness for anything, call me." I thanked him. He just shrugged and said, "I've been waiting for someone to finally nail that guy."